Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Erin, and this channel is all about how you can create your own path to health, wealth and happiness. So for today's video, I thought I would do not necessarily a review of the new series Girlboss on Netflix, but I wanted to share with you a couple of lessons that I learnt from the series. I actually watched the entire series yesterday. I was feeling so under the weather from my trip to the UK. I had really bad jet lag that basically lasted the whole week, but I had to push through because I had other things on. So yesterday I just crashed. I spent most of the day on the couch and I actually went through the entire series. I liked the series. I wouldn't necessarily say it was what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be super inspiring for my entrepreneurial journey. I thought it was going to have a lot of business insights, but that's not really what I got from it. I guess it was just sort of a rad story to follow about a girl who created a business. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it, it just wasn't what I expected. However, there were a few little things that I did pick up from the series that really inspired me, and I wanted to share them with you today. Not only did they inspire me, but I feel like they sort of address some of the limitations that I face myself in my business journey, and also that a lot of my clients do face as well. So the first lesson that I learned from the Girlboss Netflix series was that you need to be relentless in the pursuit of your passion. Now, why I say this is because one of the main setbacks I would say that I see so many women facing when they are trying to start a business is they focus too much on doing things the right way that they actually end up not doing anything at all. Sometimes, I guess the best way that I can understand this is you need to get your hands dirty. So Elizabeth Gilbert spoke about this in one of her chats to Marie Folio, and she said perfectionism is just basically procrastination in high heels. And I think so many of us are trying to do things the right way or the perfect way, and then we just end up not doing anything at all. Sometimes you need to do things wrong. Sometimes you need to do things, I guess, a little bit naughty. Sometimes you just need to be relentless in the pursuit of your dreams. And now I'm not saying that you need to go out and break the law or that you need to harm anyone, but sometimes you just need to stop overthinking things, stop worrying about things, and just do things. Just move fearlessly towards what it is you are trying to achieve. In the Girlboss Netflix series, Sophia definitely demonstrated this. She was completely careless. As soon as she knew what it is that she was wanting to do, nothing was going to stop her. Whether she was treading on a couple of toes or not doing it necessarily the right way, she was doing it her way, and that's what made her so successful. The next lesson that I learned from the Girlboss Netflix series was that this one is actually a quote that I took from the series, but I'll explain it in a second. It was, "If you quit, you're just going to be a girl with a bunch of old clothes." This totally hit a chord with me because I see so many people building amazing things. They spend so much time building a website, you know, starting these social media channels, and then things get tough and they quit. And then what are they left with? They're left with a website, they're left with all of this work. Don't quit. I mean, that's to the core of what I'm trying to say here is don't quit, and especially don't quit when you're halfway through your journey. Things are going to get rough. Yes, they will, but that doesn't mean you need to quit, because if you do, you're going to be left with nothing except the reminder that you quit before you made it. I promise you, in business, not everything is going to be smooth sailing. You are going to have speed bumps. There are going to be times where you're pulling your hair out and saying, why am I even doing this? But those are the times you need to push through as much as you possibly can, because if you quit, you will regret it. I promise you that. Eric Thomas actually has a really great quote, and this is one of my favorite quotes of all time, and he says, "Pain is temporary. It might last for a minute, an hour, a day, or even a year, but eventually it will subside. If you quit, however, it will last forever." All I am trying to say to you, ladies, is that if you have a dream, if there is something that you are super passionate about, go full force and do not ever quit. The next lesson that I learned from the Girlboss Netflix series is that you don't always need to have a plan. I realized something about myself while I was watching this, and while that point sort of resonated with me, is that I am a serial plan breaker. Now, I think this contradicts a lot of what I preach most of the time, because I love goals. You know I love goals. I talk about goals all the time. If you are one of my clients, you know that I harp on about goals consistently. And yes, I think it's super, super important to have goals, because goals are what direct you in your business or in your life. But the thing is, you don't have to have everything figured out. Set yourself some goals, but live your life in between those. Sometimes you just need to go with the flow, because those are the time where the universe is going to provide to you and everything will just eventually fall into place. We get so attached to doing things a certain way that we actually miss out on a better way. Another point to this, and I've actually spoken about this in my Facebook group, which if you are not a member of, then I will leave the information down below. It is definitely one of the most inspiring places to hang out on the internet. But I've spoken about this before. All you can really do, yes, definitely have your goals. It's important to have your goals, but all you can really do if you want to be a success is focus on being the best version of yourself in the moment. So whatever is in front of you, whether it is you're filming a YouTube video, if you are having a coffee with your best friend, if you're filming a YouTube video, be the best YouTuber you can possibly be. If you're writing a blog post, be the best blogger you can possibly be. If you are having a coffee with your girlfriend, be the best friend that you can possibly be. Whatever it is in front of you, be the best you possibly can be, and stop worrying about the future, stop worrying about the plan, stop worrying about everything. Just be the best person you can in the moment, and you don't always need to follow a strict plan. Life will eventually work out as long as you don't quit, like I already mentioned. And the final tip that I learned from the Girlboss Netflix series is that you don't and that you shouldn't go it alone. I feel that sometimes us women, and especially us women who are entrepreneurs, have a really tough time at reaching out to people. And I don't know whether it is sort of a pride thing because we, pride ourselves on being multitaskers and able to achieve anything. And yes, of course we can. Or I don't know whether it is fear. Sometimes as women, we just take everything on, and even when we are drowning, we do not reach out for a hand up. If you are going to be successful in business, if you are going to be successful in life, you cannot, I promise you, you cannot do it by yourself. Whether it is the support of your friends, your family, whether you are hiring staff or contractors, whether you hire a coach or a mentor, or whether you even just find yourself some business besties, you need to have support by your side. You need to have the right people by your side to help you when you need it. You need to realize that the lonely road is a one short-lived, and don't get so caught up in your pride that you end up drowning in your own creation. You can't do it alone. You don't need to do it alone. There is so many amazing women out there, or people out there, that will support you on your journey. Reach out to people in Facebook groups, make friends online. As I mentioned, hire yourself a coach or a mentor, but just don't feel like you need to do everything by yourself, because you most definitely don't. And you will have a lot more success in whatever it is you're trying to achieve if you have people by your side. So that is it, guys. That is the 4, I guess, top tips that I learned from the Girlboss series. As I mentioned, it isn't exactly what I expected it was going to be. I thought I was going to have a whole bunch of business breakthroughs, but more than that, it is just a really cool, rad series to watch. And I guarantee you, if you're like me, you're just gonna wanna step up your style after watching this series. If you did like the video, then don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And if you have anything to share about the series, if you've watched it, if you have any comments, did you like it, did you hate it, then definitely leave all of those in the comments below. I thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you in the next one.